My name is Michelle. I'm a model and actress from Ipswich. I am a Christian by birth, but not a practicing one. I'm more of a spiritual person. Muslim culture as a whole was very alien to me prior to taking part in this documentary. So I most definitely had no idea who Hussain was, or why so many people were engaged in remembrance for his death.
It is important that Michelle understands the historical context behind the death of Hussain, and so we arranged for her to meet ZAHRA al-alawi, who is a public speaker and television presenter.
A few days after the battle, Yazid could be seen sat comfortably on his throne holding a long wooden stick which he used to jab at Imam Hussein's head, which was mounted decoratively beside him. The same head that belonged to a man the Holy Prophet cherished and adored. So much love did the Prophet have for his grandson that he had given him the prestigious title of leader of the youth of paradise. And yet Yazid had the audacity to beat the same face the Prophet kissed.
The Prophet was an individual which everyone respected, who brought Islam to the world, yet after his death there was corruption that took place after him, and eventually the Battle of Karbala is when Hussein was martyred and killed. And there's a lot of incidents that happened during battle which really showed that Imam Hussein pleaded to them many times. For example, there was one narration that I remember, and he said he had a 6-month-old baby, and the narration said that it was so thirsty that, you know, when a child cries for water, there was no sound when he was crying, he would just open his mouth. He took him to the battle so you could see the army in front of him, and he took the child and he said, if you want me, then come to me, but this is a child, you know, if you have any ounce of sympathy for any human being, this is a 6-month-old baby and he wants water. If you don't trust me, then you come take the child and just feed him a drop of water and give him back. There was a commandment that said fire the arrow, and they fired the arrow and they hit the arrow of the infant baby, and that really kind of hit the heart of Imam Hussein, because it's his child, it's a baby, and a baby doesn't go into battle. So that was one of the moments where it really kind of shakes the way that when we talk about the incident. And the reason why till today millions and millions of people around the globe still commemorate and mourn this incident, because this is a man which was so dear to the Prophet. You know, this is the Prophet of Islam, and his family was so dear to him, yet this is perhaps the most brutal way of killing someone, the most brutal way of you know, attacking someone. And when we read the narrations, they say even after they killed him, the bodies of his companions and him were looted, and he was wearing a ring that they had chopped off the finger just to take off the ring. The bodies were decapitated. It's disgusting brutality against any human being, let alone the family of the Prophet.
He then asked for his baby son to bid farewell to him. Zainab brought him his son Abdullah, whose mother was Rabi'ah. He sat him on his lap, kissing him and saying, distanced are these people from the mercy of Allah, when your grandfather Al-Mustafa will be their enemy. He then carried him and brought him to the enemies, asking them for water. That is when Harmal ibn Kahil al-Asadi shot him with a 3-headed arrow that pierced his neck while on the hands of his father. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam filled his hand with the blood of the baby and threw it to the skies, and not a single drop of it came back. He came back to the tent of Zainab. He then came back to the tent of Zainab alayha salam, carrying his slaughtered baby. He did not take him back to his mother Rabi'ah, for surely it would have been unbearable for her to see her son slain in such a manner. Zainab alayhi salam came out of her tent and saw the baby slain from one end of the neck to the other, and the arrow was still in his throat, for his father couldn't remove it. Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam then dismounted from his horse and dug a grave for the baby with the end of his sword and buried him covered in his blood. He then prayed over his slaughtered baby.
How can you not respond to that? How can you not be emotional to that? Children are innocent, and that was literally like a baby. That was 6 months old. So when I was listening again to that story, that really got me choked, and that made me really emotional. I could literally cry now just thinking about that. I mean, imagine actually witnessing that. It's barbaric, it's disgusting, it should never have happened in my belief. It's really, really sad. It made me very, very emotional, so I can really relate to how that would happen, how that would feel. It's awful.